Okay, so Ben Shapiro tweets out, this Lizzo Flute controversy is a perfect example of what I have termed face tattoo phenomenon. The phenomenon whereby someone does something deliberately controversial in an attempt to draw attention and then acts offended when you notice. If we had all seen this was the clip of Lizzo playing the flute in the halls of the Library of Congress while wearing a semi-modest outfit, everyone would have shrugged. But that's not the clip. Everyone's championed as groundbreaking. It was the clip where she bragged about twerking. Okay, so yeah, he's offended by Lizzo twerking, which I mean twerking is kind of cringe, but like a lot of people like it, and it's like I don't care. I don't care if people enjoy cringe things. I mean, people are different, right? People enjoy all sorts of things, but no, not for Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro cannot enjoy things. You cannot enjoy things. Do not have fun. No having fun allowed. Not for Ben Shapiro. And threatening music notation says, I have always wanted to ratio Ben Shapiro for being a complete dweeb. And this is a big ratio, but he did not ratio this original tweet, unfortunately. But yes, we're all lending you our power. It can't be that easy. Oh, it's that easy. All right. It just happens. That's it. Ratio that asshole. Nice. We have to do this. We can do this. And we should do this. Who's Ben Shapiro? I don't know. Some nerd. Threatening music notation. Yeah, that's threatening if I've ever seen it. What is this? I've never seen anything like this. I have some weird music notations anyway. Biden is sending Ben Shapiro to Florida to dry up all the moisture. Yeah. Wet ass hurricane. That is not allowed. No wetness is allowed in my presence. Ben Shapiro might be the only man in the entire world that does not look better with a beard. Yeah. Seems like, ooh, Femme Shapiro. He has bad bitch physiognomy, which is why the beard is so ill. Yeah, he's oh wow. No, that's can FaceApp do that? FaceApp can make your face really fat? That's gross. This is dark Trump. This is dark MAGA. He shaves his head and grows out his beard. Could Trump grow a beard? Maybe. But like I've never seen it. He's always like clean shaven. Whenever I've seen him. And I want to know what he looks like without his hairpiece too. Because like, you know that hair ain't real. Right? Look at that hair. Yeah, that's anyway, yeah, Ben Shapiro has that face that looks really good as a 15-year-old girl. It's 14-year-old. Yeah, you know Ben Shapiro fans would really like to talk to this girl. Yeah, either they are child lovers or they are 14 years old themselves, right? I imagine a lot of Ben Shapiro fans are high schoolers, because like Steven Crowder, he appeals to that demographic of like annoying edgy right-wing teen. So yeah, either Ben Shapiro, either they would like this girl because they are 14 themselves, or because they are like some kind of creep who likes kids. I mean, she does look good. When I see a good-looking teenage girl, my thought is not that I want to have sex with them. It's that I would want to have sex with them once they're older. Like, oh, they look like they're going to grow up to be very beautiful. Not that they are beautiful right now. I mean, they're beautiful for their age, right? They're not like sexually attractive, but I know that they're going to turn out to be sexually attractive. So, anyway, not a pedophile. So anyway, Ben Shapiro does not look good with a beard, because he has that naturally feminine face, right? He's supposed to be a twink. He's not supposed to be a manly man, right? He's like, what, 5'7", 5'6", maybe? He's not. He's always meant to be like this this tiny twink man. I mean, you can argue like if he looks good with his beard or not, but yeah, I think he's ew. Yeah, Ted Cruz, does he look better? I don't know. I don't want to think about it anyways. Elvis? This is Elvis. Yeah, I guess some people don't look better with beards. Would I look better with a beard? I don't know. I have that sort of feminine face myself. Anyways. He looks better as a clean-shaven warrior. Yes. And then, oh, here I am. That's not actually Ben, though. This isn't Ben Shapiro. What are you talking about? That's obviously him. And I say, I choose to believe that it is because it's funny. And it is very funny. Anyways. Ben Shapiro and a lot of conservatives are very mad about Lizzo playing the flute. Playing James Madison's flute while twerking. They say it's not just the flute, it's the twerking that's the problem. Yeah. So why don't we watch this video? Right-wingers are driven insane, playing James Madison's bones to summon his ghost and enslave him. Yeah, that's what she was doing. Yeah, they were like, you cannot touch the sacred artifact. This sacred flute must remain unplayed, or else James Madison will return from the grave and curse this land for 7 generations. You have no idea what you've done, woman. Playing this flute. It should have never been played. They're acting like it's on par with like unearthing the tomb of the pharaoh and starting World War I, right? That's actually what started World War I. It was just it started just after that some sacred artifact was unearthed. Anyway, let's see.
Yeah.
What's going on.
I personally think Lizzo went too far when she used the bones of James Madison to summon his spirit and enslave it.
To play a drum?
I know they play back.
Hey, that would be based though, yeah. Enslaving James Madison. I mean, was James Madison a slave owner? Because if he was, yeah, that would be cool. A plus-size black woman summoning his ghost just to give him a taste of his own medicine. Based
Round beat for her concert. I personally thought that went a bridge too far, but I could see how some would think it was not far enough.
I mean, it is unfortunate that the ghost of Thomas Jefferson had to be her backup dancer, but for the most part, I thought it was cool that you got to play an old flute. But
yeah, it is cool, and not only is it old, it's a very good flute. It's a crystal flute. And she said it was like playing out of a wine glass, and she only played like a few notes on it too. She was like not very not treating it very rough. She was very respectful of it, right? But still, that wasn't enough. I don't know what the problem is here exactly, but they're very mad because I don't know, it's some sacred artifact of the founding fathers. They're probably mad because they think of the founding fathers as like the gods of America, the patron saints of America, and you can't ever even touch them, or you're disrespecting it. Probably because they're black. They're a black woman who's liberal and twerks. I wonder if it was a white lady, if they would a conservative white lady who played the flute, they would probably love that shit. They would eat it up. If it was, I don't know, who was it? Kayleigh McEnany's sister, who just started that conservative dating app that crashed and burned. They would eat that shit up, but no. Not when it's Lizzo.
for people that may not understand what we're talking about, Lizzo, the singer, also a flautist.
A flautist. Yes, she's a very
either or is acceptable.
I guess.
She plays the flute. She's
She
a
plays the
classically
flute.
trained flute player. She's not someone who just like picked it up and blew in it to be funny. She actually can play
what I
the
would do.
flute, and she actually like,
Which is
like
would've been
encompasses
fine.
that in some of her songs. That would have been fine
Right.
too. But like, she actually like legit plays it and was like quite respectful about like what it meant to play this old ass flute.
Well,
Yes.
So, like, we'll play two clips here. One is a Lizzo on stage, which is the one that the conservatives are freaking out about. But let's play this first clip where she's at the was the Library of Congress.
And to be
at the
clear, this
vault.
flute was James Madison's flute, so that's why it's older. And
The famous flute that we all have definitely heard about and know all about before Lizzo played it. We definitely all knew about this flute, which
Yes.
is why it's such a big deal.
Which is why we all know the story about it behind it. So, Emma or Binder, you can go ahead first and just tell us all the story behind the flute that we all know.
I mean,
It's
It's
a
carved
sacred
from
flute.
his femur bone, and when in combination with the necromantic arts, it can be used to summon his spirit to fight for you in
The
combat.
funny thing
Yeah, you're banishing him to hell by playing his flute and disrespecting him. And just, yeah, she's casting a witch's spell. Yeah, that flute she's playing it like the Ocarina of Time, casting a spell to banish his spirit to the Shadow Realm, right?
is, he also would play this flute himself. So I mean, he
Yeah.
somehow,
He's
while
connected to
alive,
it,
had it
yeah.
carved out of his femur bone, and then he used it to play shows.
that's the
That's the
mysticism.
power. That's the power of it. And that's
So,
enough.
like,
Why you
this-
can't just give it to Lizzo.
This guy
Obviously,
named Claude Laurent was making flutes. He made 20 of these flutes in Paris back in 1806. So, you know.
All right, so
Whoa.
it's a precious, precious, if
went
not
through-
mystical and magical piece of American history.
Of history,
Lizzo, who is a black woman, and that's why literally every right winger can't stop obsessing over her. That just really breaks their brains for some reason.
Yeah, because like Lizzo did it in a very respectful way. It's not like she was just like swinging it around like, hell yeah, I got James Madison's flute, bitch. What are you gonna do about it? No, she was very nice about it. She was she said like she's doing it to spread awareness about history because history is cool. Like she did everything that she's supposed to do except twerk, I guess. But yeah, that's why she's making everyone mad. All these right wingers mad.
And James Madison, to be clear, not black. Just want to put that out there. Yeah.
Yes.
Not black.
Here she is playing the flute, and trigger warning for any people who are
Twerking.
descendants of James Madison or fans of
gonna get
his.
triggered.
This was his precious artifact, and I understand if you're
And it's
too
being
offended to watch
being
this.
desecrated now. Ooh, the flute vault. Yeah, it's a real sacred artifact. Yeah, Lizzo really is really big.
Flute vault.
Flute vault. Yes, it's the sacred vault. Yeah, with the all the How many valuable flutes are there? I bet there's a lot.
Do we have sound? It's just a little low.
Wow. Ram Paul. Don't
my
just
God.
scream like that, jeez. Yeah, Lizzo is the patron saint of loud and annoying black women. I'm just saying it. She's yeah. Even if you're scared, don't just scream like that, okay?
I like a flute nerd.
No. Yeah. My lipstick doesn't. Right? That's what I want to know. Oh.
Yeah, are you going to stain it? Oh. Yeah, she is really good. She's a great musician. Like she can actually do it really well. So like, yeah, if you're going to respect the flute, you're gonna have to like give it to someone who can play it really well, right? And it's like Lizzo is the perfect person for that. Like, it's just that she's black and she is annoying, but like who cares, right?
Who's made it win 15 what?
1585.
Oh, and now the precious bassoon.
No, she's just putting her lips on all these flutes. Yeah, she's She's just disrespecting all this history with her dirty, colored lips, these painted lips. But that is cool. 1585. That's a really old. Yeah, you'd have to be really gentle with that. Imagine if she like dropped the crystal flute and it just shattered. That would be. That would actually be pretty bad. But no, she's very good with it. She is really good.
She might as well have just taken a shit on the Declaration of Independence.
She might as well just have.
I think it's only fair that Kid Rock gets an opportunity to do this himself.
She might as well just have smeared her shit all over these walls of all these sacred halls of pure marble. The way she's disrespecting America's history.
I gotta say, I didn't watch the clip because I thought actually the actual clip is completely irrelevant to whether or not it was proper for Lizzo to play.
But I think it is relevant because she's really good at it. And like, if you're going to respect the instrument, you got to give it to someone who knows how to respect it, who knows like all of the intricacies of the instrument.
A flute she was offered to play, but I'd say that was quite beautiful.
It was beautiful.
Like,
yeah.
Like she clearly did not just like pick it up and think it was a joke. She like legit played a nice little tune for everyone who was there. I mean,
but you know what she didn't play? You know what she didn't play?
The national anthem.
God Bless America.
Disgusting.
So now, to be fair,
you gotta play the national anthem.
I don't think this makes it any better, but that's not the clip that all these people are reacting to. It's this one. Was this at some sort of concert?
Yeah, this was at a DC concert where she was. That's what the Library of Congress video was leading up to. That she was going to play this at her show in DC on Tuesday.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, here it is. Yeah, look at her. She's thick, damn boy. She thick. Woo! Yeah, look how respectful she's being. She's handling it so gently. She's being so careful with it. She's not even moving it, even barely. Testing. Everyone be quiet.
James Madison's soul never rests.
Yeah, playing out of a wine glass. It's so fancy. A crystal shit. It's really fancy. She sticks her tongue. That's the twerking that they got mad at. That's barely even twerking. That's like shaking your legs a little bit. I mean, that's cool. I mean, I don't mind it, honestly. It's like it's fun. She's just having fun, right? She is very hyped about it. A little over.
So she shaked her butt a little as she played it. And
just a little, not even like.
I mean,
not even. Yeah, it's not even a big twerking sesh. It's like just a little bit.
To be fair, I would imagine that James Madison probably could not have foreseen his flute being used in this way.
Yeah, honestly, if James Madison, I don't know much about Madison, but not much of a stretch to say that he might be a little racist. So he would probably look down on a black woman, a loud, annoying black woman playing his flute, being like, "No, black lips were never meant to touch my sacred instrument." Yeah, unless he was like Thomas Jefferson, who had a liking for his slave woman. But yeah, but like nobody cares. Well, conservatives care. Conservatives are like, James Madison wouldn't have liked that because he's racist, and I am also racist, so I don't like it.
Do I see this as an act of disrespect? Absolutely. No, of course not. I think it's kind of cool.
I know that this flute was made out of James Madison's femur. I think you could look at this as Lizzo mocking James Madison for likely being unable to shake his buttocks while he played his flute.
Yeah, you're taunting him.
He wishes.
So let's just get to some of the reaction here. Boy Ben Shapiro, the Lizzo flute controversy is a perfect example of what I have termed the face tattoo phenomenon trademark.
Face tattoo phenomenon.
That no one is ever going to use it. The phenomenon whereby somebody does something.
Stop trying to make face tattoo phenomenon happen. It's not going to happen, Ben. Stop making it a thing. It's not going to be a thing.
Something deliberately controversial in an attempt to draw attention, then acts offended when you know.
Yeah, what's controversial? It's the twerking that's controversial. It's like even if it is, it's still your fault for like being offended by it, right?
No, it is.
Yeah, you're the one who's offended, Ben. They're not offended by you being offended. They're laughing at you. We're laughing at you, Ben. We're not offended by you being offended by twerking. You're the offended one here. Yeah, this is just playing the victim. As they always do.
Deliberately controversial. It's not like she burned a flag, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, I mean,
she didn't like break into the Library of Congress, steal the flute, and unveil it on the stage.
This is not flute
she was
now,
handed
bitch.
it
What are you
by.
gonna
She was
do
giving
about
me
it?
permission. In fact, it seems like they approached her to do it. It's not like she was like, looking for James Madison's flute.
Yeah, I mean, did they reach out for her to do that? That would be a whole different story.
And convince them to do it. I mean, she took it on stage after they.
Yeah, they were probably honored to have Lizzo come in because Lizzo's a huge star, right? And like, what is the flute vault doing on a daily basis? They probably are not like doing anything exciting. Like, when's the last time like a famous flautist came by to check out the flute vault, right? Lizzo is the famous flautist. Name another flautist. I'll wait. Right? They're probably thrilled to have like a celebrity come by and like go through all their collection of flutes. Honestly, it's gotten me interested in like all these historic flutes. It's cool, like going into the vault and seeing all these ancient flutes that they have all these cool designs. One from like 400 years ago. That's cool, right? She's educating people about like about all these cool flutes and like the history of fluting, right? That's cool. But no, I guess conservatives are like against education in general. So like, right? So they don't understand the value of education. So they're like, why is she playing this flute? It's so disrespectful. But no, it's good. It's good that she's doing it. You just don't get it.
To her, and she played a few notes and nicely handed it back and talked about how cool it was.
Yeah, and she's being so respectful with it. She's being so careful with it. It's like, what else are you going to criticize her for?
I guarantee you, this is like the biggest moment for flutes in like decades. Like,
but right, I mean, since like the flute tune was used in like Disney.
Yeah, when was the last time the flute vault was seen by so many people?
Movies or
Anchorman, maybe.
Right. Actually,
Anchorman,
yes, Anchorman, and then before that, Snow White. But like, I mean, this tweet from Matt Walsh is really it epitomizes why they have
a morbidly obese weirdo.
One, that she's a black woman, and one that she like is proud of herself and doesn't adhere to like the strict body standards that this like sicko Matt Walsh wants to.
Yeah, she's playing with a priceless piece of American history. She wasn't waving it around being like, yeah, this flute's mine now, bitch. James Madison, you're my bitch now. No, she was being so careful with it. Yeah, she's playing with, as in she was playing a musical instrument. I mean, yeah, and a priceless piece of American history. Yeah, again, like most of these people, they didn't even know that this flute existed until Lizzo did this thing, right?
Apply to her. Lizzo was a morbidly obese weirdo in the thong, twerking around.
And he's even replying to a tweet that says, politics aside, Lizzo is a classically trained flautist and an extremely gifted musician, and he's like, no, I don't care. She's fat, and I don't like that.
Around on stage while playing a priceless piece of American history that he never knew about until this moment.
Priceless.
Also, I don't give a flying shit if it's an honor for her. That's not the point at all. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
Why is it not?
If they let Nicolas Cage steal the Constitution, I don't see why Lizzo can't play the flute. You know, it is what it is. I will say, I don't know, that Ben Shapiro tweet definitely feels like projecting. Like, just, you know, that's like the entire online right-wing content creator, like, plan of attack. Like, say something that you know people deliberately, or rather, say something deliberately that you know people find distasteful, and then when people tell you that they find it distasteful, pretend like them telling you that it's some kind of depression, like some kind of oppression.
Yeah. And
playing the victim as always.
I mean, to me, it's just like, honestly, they have no idea how to deal with, like, we saw this with their obsession with Megan Thee Stallion too. Strong black female celebrities who like express themselves on stage, it just totally breaks their brains.
They should outflute her. They should have to, like, you know, like the devil goes down to Georgia and like the fiddle thing. Ben Shapiro should outflout Lizzo on stage. They would have a
musician battle. Yeah, he would play the violin probably, but yeah, he plays the violin, right? He probably does not play like super well, not as well as Lizzo for sure.
Musician. We have another one here from that.
Well, you know who's also a musician is Ben Shapiro. Ben Shapiro wishes desperately that he could be playing that flute right now.
Why can't that be me?
Yeah.
Why can't that be?
It's envy.
Why isn't that
They
me?
are already admitting.
Yeah, it should be a white man playing that flute, or a white woman, not a black woman.
That this was done as a purposeful act of degradation.
Are they? Wait, if any James Madison's descendants offended by Lizzo wants to try out the 200-year-old iron collar white folks would affix to our ancestors who tried to escape Madison's clutches, I'm sure somebody at the Museum of Natural History could hook you up. Yeah, again, this is kind of cringy. It's like, yeah, slavery happened, and that's bad, but also, like, yeah, if you're offended, yeah, why? It's like, get over it.
He's quoting Ellen Mistel saying, if any of James...
It's a racial retribution. I mean, slavery was pretty bad, dude.
Madison's descendants is offended by Lizzo wants to try out the 200-year-old iron collar white folks would affix to our ancestors who tried to escape James Madison clutches.
Oh yeah, so James Madison was a slave owner. Okay, good to know.
That is a very good point. I don't know why that's about degradation.
Ellen Mistel has some fire takes, I gotta say.
Racial.
I mean, yeah, I think the point is saying like, oh, if you're offended by a flute being played, but you're not offended by slavery, that's pretty cringe. And yeah, that is cringe. It's like, yeah, Matt Walsh doesn't care about slavery, but he does care about a flute being played. He says, yeah, I still see some conservatives on here like, lighten up everyone. I think it was kind of cool. Like, yeah, maybe you should lighten up, Matt. Maybe you should listen to your own fellow people's advice.
Retribution against one of our founding fathers. Oh no. And yet, racial retribution, reminding people about slavery is racial retribution, and yet I still see some conservatives on here like, lighten up everyone. I think it was kind of cool. That's funny that even their crowd is like
even they are like, yeah.
Of slavery is the same thing as being literally enslaved if you are Matt Walsh or a Matt Walsh fan. Again, so it's always this collapsing of like minor inconveniences as somebody who has a nostalgic view of the way things would have been 50 years ago. Who again, we're not there and definitely can't speak to it directly, you know, trying to conflate like, you know, people reminding us that slavery existed is the same thing as literally being a slave.
This one is probably one of the crazier ones. This is from Pedro L. Gonzalez of Chronicles magazine. The thing that is obvious, but people don't want to say, that this is about humiliating white people, about desecrating American history and heritage. That's
American history. You're desecrating American history. Yeah, sure.
What you do when you're a conqueror. Humiliate the conquered.
Yes, we're conquered. We're conquering you. Yeah, you should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed of being white. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what. Oh, Pedro Gonzalez. Okay. Yeah, you should be ashamed for being conservative then. Yes. Humiliating white people. Why do you care about white people? You're literally Pedro Gonzalez. In desecrating American history. Yeah. Again, what history is being desecrated here? It's just, yeah. oh, this guy's this guy calls himself a Nazi, ironically, just like Matt Walsh does. Yeah, really cool, man.
Lizzo is a conqueror for playing a flute.
Yes.
Literally.
I mean, again,
Like,
this is all just like projection.
Right.
This is how like people, right wingers or people who have a right wing view of the world conceptualize everything as an act of domination. They're not only is their freedom contingent on them dominating people like Lizzo, you know, people who are black, people who are women, people who are, you know, in their minds obese, I guess. It relies on that, but also their ability to demand that certain cultural like things just be for them, like the flute or like a particular flute. And because people.
Because you know, if it was a white lady playing the flute, yeah, they would love it. They would be all over it.
I would think because people like don't respect that because they're not suffering from the same.
Maybe they're mad. Maybe they're jealous. Like, why didn't a white conservative lady get to play the flute, but Lizzo did? Well, did they ask? Did anyone ask to play the flute? Were the conservatives denied playing the flute while the Lizzo was allowed to? Like
neuroses as they are, they just think of like, oh no, this was Lizzo's planned attack on white people. It's like, I don't know about Lizzo's
yes, it's all
planned
her
attack on white
part
people.
Of the plan.
That seems unlikely because I don't know her demographics, but I think a lot of white people like her music. That, you know.
I mean, she's very mainstream popular.